Greetings. About 35 years ago, maybe 40 years ago, my father gave me a pocket watch. And that pocket watch was his father's pocket watch, that is my paternal grandfather. I took a look at it, I thought that was kind of cool, kind of nice, and I stashed it away in a dresser drawer. Didn't think anything of it. My paternal grandfather was born in 1869, immigrated around 1904 in New York City. In the 1920 census, he was a shoemaker, and I think he died sometime between 1930 and 1940. And I don't have a lot of other information about him. I'm enrolled in a watchmaker class, and I'm learning to become a watchmaker, and I was sitting around the other day, and suddenly this thought popped into my head. Holy cow, I have a pocket watch. And I haven't looked at it in 20 or 30 years, haven't wound it, haven't worn it. And I thought, this is kind of silly. I ought to go try to find this thing somewhere in one of my dresser drawers and take a look at it. So this here is what was stashed in my dresser drawer. And I open it up, and lo and behold, it's a Waltham pocket watch, an 18S in a hunter case. It's actually called a double hunter case because the back is hinged and the front is hinged. The dial looks pretty good. See if I can zoom in on that for you. It's a lever set. You pull out a lever here, and then that's how you set the hand. So the crown is wind only. Of course, being in a watchmaking class, I have a lot of resources to go draw on. And so I shared this information with the class on our Discord server, and I got a couple of great suggestions that came in. What I'm going to do over a series of videos, I'm going to disassemble this, lubricate it, check its condition, reassemble it, spiff up the dial if I have to, basically clean and lubricate and refurbish if I have to. And then I will have a pocket watch from, I don't know when my grandfather would have bought it, 1900, 1910, I don't know. When I get it open, I'll get the serial numbers and I'll then look online in some databases and try to narrow down when it was manufactured. I am going to attempt to open the back of the case now, and I'm not doing this beforehand and then, staging it in a recreation for you. I'm going to do this live, and you'll see it sort of as it happens. So you know what? So this hasn't been wound in, 30 or 40 years. I am now going to wind it and see if it ticks. And this is happening live, so to speak, all right? I'm winding it. I'm hearing stuff inside. The second hand is turning. Oh my God, it's ticking. Holy crap. So this thing has got to be 110, 120, 100 years old. I hope I can zoom in on this for you, but you see down here the little second hand, that sucker is moving. It is ticking, and I can hear it tick. All right, I will now attempt to open up the back of the case. This is a double hunter. There are hinges on both sides. And so the front hinge is opened by pressing the crown. And on some of them, if you press the crown further, the back pops open, but that's not the case here. So I may have to pop it off, but taking care of the hinge. Yeah, I'm not sure how this is going to work. All right, I am going to terminate this, and then I'll position the phone closer up, and then you can watch what happens. Okay, so the watch is still ticking. Can you hear that? I'm going to be really cautious and put on my finger cots. I thought the first movement or watch that I did to disassemble would be something I didn't care too much about, like, I don't know, some piece of junk I bought off of eBay. Here I am, I'm going to be doing this for the first time on my grandfather's pocket watch. So it is beating. There is no damage to the crystal. There's dust and dirt in there, but holy moly, the crystal might be fine. And the question is, how do I open the back? Well, there's a second hinge, so it's not a screw-on back. And if it's going to be clamp-on, well, let's see. Let's see what I can do. Man, I'm nervous. Now, if things get really stuck, if I get really stuck, I can stop what I'm doing and interrogate. Oh my goodness. I just popped the back. Holy crap. Okay, here we go. And we have the inner cover. On the back, warranted 14K to assay. BWC company, 14K. I wonder if that's really 14 karat gold. So then there's the back, dust cover. Now I'm going to try to pop that. Oh man. Oh, by the way, I'm using a Seiko S284 case opener. So, holy crap. Okay. Well, you see it here live. So that's the balance ticking away, 17 joules. You know what I can do now? I can look up the movement serial number to better date it. And I can also compare the what the movement looks like to a database of movements on the web and further narrow it down. Well, I did some lookup online. This is apparently a model 1883. By the way, it's still ticking. So, this thing hasn't been oiled or wound or anything, and there we are. This is great. This is just, I'm blown away. This is apparently a model 1883 Waltham watch, produced sometime between 1903 and 1919. Waltham had different grades of pocket watches, and the names of the grades were named after people and towns and strange numbers and sometimes made up company names. This is apparently a Waltham grade number 825, which is low middle grade. The case, however, was made by the Brooklyn Watch Case Company because it had a case serial number, and I was able to look that up online on the web. And the Brooklyn Watch Case Company, there's a whole history of it. I'm going to have to read up on that. I think one of the pages I went to actually narrowed down the production year, and I'll put that up on a B-roll if I can go dig it up again. So I'm actually pretty psyched. I mean, so I know the model number and the grade, and it's still ticking, and I opened this up. Wicked cool. The next step is I'm going to remove it from the case, remove the dial, hands and the dial, and then proceed to disassemble. And then I move on to cleaning and lubrication. So I am really kind of thrilled. Well, that's it. Till next time, take care.